Living next door to a toxic person is difficult. They always seem to be complaining about something, and they never seem to understand when you set clear boundaries. It can be easy to get drawn into a cycle of retaliation with a narcissistic neighbor, but this is rarely helpful. Narcissists love to get a rise out of people. They love drama, and they will go out of their way to try to start arguments or provoke a reaction. The best way to deal with this is to simply not take the bait. Don't engage with them, and don't let them see that they are getting to you. This can be difficult, but it is important. If you engage with them, they will only escalate the situation. It can be tempting to try and reason with a narcissist, or to try and have an adult conversation. However, this is usually a waste of time. Narcissists do not respond well to reason or logic, and they are not interested in having an adult conversation. They only want to win, and they will say whatever it takes to do that. So, the best thing you can do is to simply ignore them. This will be difficult, but it is the best way to deal with a narcissistic neighbor. Narcissists hate to be ignored. If you start ignoring them, there is a chance that they will try even harder to get your attention. They might start leaving passive-aggressive notes on your door, or they might start making snide comments to you when they see you. If this happens, it might be a good idea to try a different strategy and kill them with kindness. This will probably make them even more annoyed, but it is the best way to disarm a narcissist. Even if you are being extra nice to them, keep your distance. Narcissists are often very charming, and they can be very convincing. They might try to suck you into their world, and before you know it, you will be the one listening to them talk about themselves for hours on end. They might also try to involve you in their drama, or get you to take sides in an argument with some other unfortunate neighbor. Always remember that you are not obligated to be friends with your neighbors. Set clear boundaries with them and be firm about what you will and will not tolerate. If you have problems with your narcissistic neighbor, it is important to keep documentation. This can be in the form of emails, texts, or even recordings, where legal. This will be helpful if the situation ever escalates and you need to involve law enforcement. If you have a narcissistic neighbor, it is important to build an alliance with other neighbors. This way, you can share information and support each other. It is also a good idea to have someone to back you up if the situation ever escalates. Avoid getting into a vicious cycle of retaliation with your narcissistic neighbor. This will only make the situation worse, and it will give them the satisfaction of knowing that they are getting to you. If your neighbor goes too far and the situation is spiraling out of control, you might have to call the police. This should be a last resort, but sometimes it is necessary. If you are in fear for your safety, or if your property is being damaged, you must take action to protect yourself. The bottom line is that you have every right to live in peace, so try not to let your narcissistic neighbor get under your skin. For more posts about narcissists and narcissism, visit www.carlacorelli.com.